With us now is one of tonight's nominees, St Vincent, who's up for Best International Female Solo Artist of the Brits, also by the name of Annie Clark. Can we call you Annie?
Please call me Annie. That's great.
You are on a sort of a whirlwind travelling regime at the moment because you're here now. But you said you've just come in from Tokyo by way of New York.
Yes.
Do you know what day of the week it is?
I have no idea.
I think it's Wednesday, but then I get up at a very extraordinary hour as well in the morning. And have you been performing as well in Tokyo? Is that what you've been up to?
Yes, I just did a tour of Australia and New Zealand and Singapore, Taipei, Japan. So
and tell us a little bit about your stage shows because they are sort of out there adventurous, aren't they?
Yeah, they're very theatrical. I think that it's all fine and well to be a musician, but once you get on stage, you're a song and dance man. So I really spent a lot of time crafting a show that would be engaging and beguiling and kind of strange. So I enlisted a choreographer named Annie B. Parsons who works with either total dance novices like me with no formal training or Baryshnikov. So there's the choreographed element to it, and then just...
And you learned how to fall, is that right?
I did learn how to fall. Yeah, I was very inspired by Pina Bausch choreographing Stravinsky's The Rite of Spring.
Right.
And there's this beautiful, that's when the Virgin dances herself to death. She's falling over and over again. I thought it was so gorgeous and violent, and so I spent a long time learning how to fall and not break my wrists.
It's not your average pop performance. For those who are not entirely au fait with your oeuvre, so to speak, let's take a look at one of your songs. This is Digital Wireless. Any fool knows it's Digital Witness, not Digital Wireless, so I do apologise.
We'll sell it to O2
you
or
something. You can remarket it. Exactly. There you go. Yeah, remarket it.
You started as tour manager, didn't you, when you were quite young?
I did. I have an aunt and uncle, a great jazz duo called Tuck and Patty, and they saw very early on that I was deeply obsessed with music, so they wanted to kind of give me a trial by fire and put me out on the road. But I've never been more tired in my life.
Than when you're a tour manager.
Yeah.
But also, you've had trial by fire as a performer because you once drove from Dallas to Nebraska, which takes, how long?
I think it's 12 hours.
For one gig in a place that was only half full.
Yes, right? Yes. I recently won a Grammy for Best Alternative Album. Forgive me, that sounds very like a plug. I don't mean it that way. It's just I wrote a letter to fans just to say thank you. And in it, I was really reminiscing about all of the touring that I've done over the years and all of the terrible hotel rooms. And
well, how did you feel when you got to Nebraska after 11 hours and found that there were, I don't know, 70, 80 people there?
If that, yeah. I felt like I'd made it.
Oh, which is lovely. How would you describe your music? And because there's so many kind of influences there. Who are your biggest influences then?
I think, I guess I've tried to make what I might call alien pop music. Things that have melodies and are memorable, but also are infused with an oddball sensibility.
That's a very interesting way of describing. You've worked with people like David Byrne, of course, who you can feel his influences coming.
I love him.
Through the music. And he also has a very, when he was performing live, it's a very stylized sense of movement, as you do. Did you learn from watching him?
Well, we did. I mean, everyone has seen Stop Making Sense. It's the best concert film ever. But when we did the tour together, we had an 8-piece brass band and a whole big theatrical show, and it was choreographed. But I had to be sort of stationary because I was playing rhythm guitar and singing for most of it, and everybody else was dancing, and I just kind of got a little jealous, and I just wanted to dance as well. So that's how I started.
But it's difficult if you've got to play an instrument and you want to incorporate dance into it, because if you I was watching one of your videos last night. Very cleverly, you managed to get the guitar over your head in the middle of the number.
Yeah.
So and break it. Did you break it at some point?
I did actually just break a guitar in Japan. Yeah. I
How?
pulled well, you know, there's something that takes over when you get up on stage. I mean, we're having a nice conversation here, but I become a little bit of a feral maniac on stage. So I pulled all the strings off of it and threw it, and then was writhing around on the ground. After
Well, I can see how it would break.
Yeah. So
Is it mended?
yes, I have a lovely team who put it back together arduously.
I think it's exactly a year yesterday that the St. Vincent album came out. So this would be a perfect time to celebrate if you got given a Brit tonight.
Oh, that would
Yes?
be so nice of them.
You're not you don't sound very hopeful.
Well, you know, I'm up against a couple upstarts like Beyonce and Taylor Swift. So, but I would be any of the women in the category are phenomenal. So I'd
it would
be
be a
happy
real,
to be.
but it would be a real statement if they gave it to you for your particular branch of music. You never know. Anyway, thanks for coming, because you've got some more travelling to do to get back to London for it.
Yes.
Annie, thank you very much.
Thank you. My
very
pleasure.
much. Thank you. There's live coverage from the red carpet at tonight's Brit Awards from 4 o'clock on the BBC News Channel and the BBC News website as well.
That's it from us for today. Have a great day.
Yes, see you soon.